Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at the man at the end of this pass, James Williams, number 32 for Washington State. He's an interesting evaluation because, he's about 6 feet, 200 pounds, not a big guy, but he's really shifty. I would say slippery is probably the best term for James Williams, is that he is one slippery back with great but unusual, unconventional footwork, if you ask me. So we're going to profile some of this slippery footwork from James Williams, as well as his ability to pull through tackles. So let's get this thing started. Let's see what he has to offer here from high school, There was a little bit of that unconventional footwork. We're going to see a little bit more of that in a moment here. Exhibit A. This is a 1st and 10, and this is a disastrous looking play that turns into a terrific one. A lot of it's because of what James Williams does on his own here. It's a little help about right here with that wide receiver block, but by then he's done about 2/3 of it. Let's take a look at it again. First thing. Just notice the snap. Look how low the snap ends up coming. It looks like, at this point, it looks like there's going to be a field goal attempt as opposed to really a handoff. And you see that Williams is looking straight down at the ball. While that's going on, you've got two edge-contained defenders here who are unblocked, and you have a defensive end shooting inside the right tackle. By the time Williams takes this exchange, he's looking up and staring at this defensive end coming right inside the right tackle, and these two edge-contained defenders have this contained. I mean, they're unblocked. They're just waiting here. So at this point, this would be a panic moment even at the point where the snap was low. But look what Williams does. Williams just presses towards that penetrating defensive end. It takes about 2-3 steps just to get there. He doesn't try to bounce it outside immediately. He doesn't do anything of the sort. He's pressing inside. He's confident in his footwork. And he's confident that if he can press this inside and get downhill, he can get these contained defenders to collapse inside and then bounce it back out. And this is exactly what happens. Now, I want you to watch the footwork here because you're going to see Williams kind of pivot off of his right foot after the next two steps. Right here. Here's that first step. That foot's here. You're going to see the left foot kind of come in between the defender here and the tackle. And then it's going to take a second step here. And he kind of pivots around and gets outside. Let's watch it one more time. There's that first step. Second step, and you can see that the defenders in edge contain have crashed inside because they were anticipating Williams to work downhill. Let's look at it one more time and see that pivot right here. It looks more like he's just going to slide inside that tackle and get downhill. These defenders read that, take one more step inside, and it's over now. Williams is able to get outside. Nice stiff arm there. Nice stiff arm there. Good placement. And you can see that it doesn't even look at the defenders here. He already knows they're there. Feels it there. Feels it there. One more for good measure. Isn't even looking directly at them. Slides out of the wrap. Hand to the shoulder and slides out of that. And this is where he gets a little lucky because you're going to have the pursuit from the inside. And they're working to try and wrap Williams. And you're going to see this cornerback try to wrap Williams right there. And Williams is going to kind of spin through that wrap. And then you see that the defender coming in pursuit hits Williams in the shoulder. That accelerates the spin violently, allows Williams to get around quickly, and then pull away from this wrap to his leg, lifting his knee straight up. Did you see how he lifted his knee straight up on this play? Spin here. Watch the knee come straight up. See that? And he's upright when he pulls his foot up. That's really good. You see that a lot with him being able to run through tackles or wraps to his ankles and foot and get away from them. And now here's the reacceleration. He gets past 97.7 and towards the receiver here within about 4 steps. And then terrific awareness for the goal line right here. About the 4 or 5 yard line, begins his leap, extends the ball. Touchdown. Just a fantastic play. And a lot of it on his own. And part of it is just the poise and confidence to understand that even though this play is botched early, that the best thing to do is press and cut back. Don't panic. Don't make an immediate move. You've got 3 guys who are basically unblocked coming at you towards the middle. So bait them to the middle and then make that cut back. And see, it's just unusual footwork to do that because it's not a jump cut. It's just more of little pivots and little control there. See how that right foot just stays in place like that? Watch. That's unusual and nice control out of a back. And we're going to see more of this unusual footwork in a moment. This is a fun play too. You're going to watch this little shovel pass right here and watch this linebacker. He's going to come up into the flat to take on Williams. And it looks like Williams is about to load up on him and then sidesteps him. And it's just kind of an unusual move. I mean, when you look at these in real time, it doesn't look like a big deal. It looks like, oh, a little cut, whatever, right? But when you slow this down, it begins to see how he's a little unconventional. See how it looks like he's about to load up? He's got the forearm down. It looks like he's going to bring that up. And then he kind of just slides outside of the defender. Kind of baits that defender and thinking it's going to be a collision. And then just kind of hops on one foot. And this is advanced. I see Arian Foster do this type of work in the past, where you kind of just hop on one foot to get outside like this. Step again. So you there's not that much of an alternating pattern right there. It's just a hop again, plant on the left foot, hop off the left foot. Allows him to give the leg and take it away. One of the things that just makes him unconventional with his footwork is that he always looks like he's on the edge, as if he's about to completely lose control of his footing, but he reins it back in. In a situation where it kind of takes defenders off kilter. Watch this long step towards the line right here. See how long that step is? But he's able to come to a complete stop and see how his butt's nearly at his calves. I mean, he's able to bend pretty deep into a squat and then come out of that and sidestep and get downhill. It's only a 2-3 yard gain, but it's just that strange. It's just strange. I mean, usually a back who ends up taking this wide of a step and then kind of squatting down like this doesn't have the spring to be able to kind of plant that inside foot and slide back out like that. Here's another one that's unusual. This little wide route here. Catches the ball. And just makes that man miss. And it's, it just looks like a little bit of a lateral cut right here. But the small foot movement here. See how he made that just small little movement with his feet, that little adjustment with his feet wide like that, and just brings them together a little bit and makes that man miss because of that. You just don't see these little micro adjustments like this from backs. You're usually expecting when the feet get wide like this, or you're running downhill and you're coming to a stop like this, you're going to see a dramatic cut. But with his weight down, sitting in that chair, back upright, just that little step with the outside foot just slides away subtly. from that cornerback. See that? That's just awesome in a really subtle way. Just don't really see that kind of footwork in this. The combinations of footwork you see from him are just unusual, and they're effective. It's what makes him slippery. So does the ability to just pull through some of these wraps. I mean, we're not talking about, wraps to his waist. He gets pulled down backwards by linebackers, and he's not the most powerful guy. He doesn't have the greatest contact balance. But when it comes to like low wraps, and he can avoid a lot of direct angles, so he's going to get wrapped a lot at the lower leg. The fact that he has a skill to kind of work upright like this and just slip that foot out gets him extra yards through contact here. The combination of the stiff arm, the micro movements of the footwork, and the ability to just kind of slip wraps at the lower leg, either lifting the knee straight up or getting upright and just kind of flexing that ankle and getting the toe down so that he can just pull it up like that. Good stuff. So when I watch Williams, I just, I admire these things about his game because they're somewhat unconventional, but they're advanced. They work well for him. And, he's not going to be the fastest guy or the strongest guy. He's not the next Saquon Barkley. He doesn't have that kind of size. But he's a guy that's going to be able to help a team because he can catch, because he can get yards after the catch. He's someone that's surprisingly effective between the tackles in certain situations. I think he has very good vision. He's oftentimes playing behind a line that ends up giving up a lot of penetration. So I could see how this guy ends up having a better NFL career than he did college career. We're going to find out. I've got more to study with him, but this footwork and vision and his quickness and agility and ability to run through wraps is something that I'm really intrigued by. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos and more RSP Film Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.